Hey y'all, it's Nickel. Have you ever just woke up in the morning cold, check your phone, realize your Nest Thermostat is just offline like 11 hours? Like, I guess it's saving me money when it's like 44 degrees outside. So, what do? This is a little intro to me waking up. Blinky light of death. Tap. Oh, Google, it's booting up. This part actually takes like 40 seconds. So we're gonna speed this up a little bit. All right, finally boots up. 72 degrees, that's what I have it set at. That's room temperature. As you can see from the video, the current temperature in the house, after I angle the camera properly, is 64 degrees? 64 degrees. Wow. Alright, anyway, you gotta fix the Nest Thermostat? I'll show you. So, this is some troubleshooting steps to try to help you figure out how to fix your Nest. And I just did a Google search for Nest blinking green. You could probably Google search Nest blinking red. It'll take you to this website on how to troubleshoot your thermostat and why it doesn't come on. Some of this is like if you're brand new to the system, pretty much put it on the base plate. This is the base plate, of course, with the wires in and the breakers on and electricity in it. It has to charge for a little bit, so it has to charge the battery. But I've had this thing since November 2015, and it really hasn't worked right since. I put a ticket in, pretty much no response. This is back before Google bought it. And yeah, anyway, I'd say it's been tough. 3 years, pretty much 4 at this point. Yeah, 4. Anyway, steps to fix it. Charge it, let it go on, but for mine it just turns off randomly. So I actually tried this. I charged it with a USB cable. It takes micro USB, which is like standard 5 years ago. These days we're moving to USB-C. You know, looks a little like this. Magnetic cable. So anyway, charged it. It worked for a little bit, but it still turned off randomly. Middle of the night, middle of the day, doesn't matter. It stays on for an hour, and some days it stays on for 5 hours. In terms of me going up to it and tapping. Alright, here's some other troubleshooting steps. It says check the settings and technical info and make sure the voltages are right. The voltages were right in line of normal. So I don't think it's that. Troubleshooting green blinking light. Try removing and reconnecting the display. Trust me, I've tried all this stuff. So we're just going to tap out and really fix it by just replacing it. So this is what I buy. Johnson Controls glass. I think it's made with help of Microsoft or joint venture. Before it was Microsoft glass, but not really. But it has Cortana in it and a nice display. Alright, so on to the next part of the video on swapping it out. Here's my journey. Alright, so after taking it off, here's the base plate. Then you need to go to your garage and turn the breaker for all your AC and heating so you don't shock yourself. Then at that point I take the base plate off the wall and have the wires exposed. Then I put it against the wall and get a feel for measurements and things of that nature. Make sure it's all level before I start drilling holes. There's like a little sill in the back. I draw a little square for where the wires that come through. This is me cutting the square out. I did a pencil etching. This is me putting it on the back of the Johnson control device, the glass. This is me mounting. The screws are a little loose, but it's close to position. The wires are through right now. Next clip, I tuck the wires into their respective positioning. All this is in the manual. I turn it back on. AC, heat. Hear a little beep. Glass. Oh, that's how the display looks. I check measurements again while it's booting up. Make sure I'm kind of close to accurate. Still booting up a little bit. It took a couple minutes for it to boot up. Tap to continue. Ooh, exciting. I tapped, nothing really happened. Then I had to take the plastic wrapper off that protects the glass. This is really hard to do one-handed, by the way, and record. Sorry for bouncy camera. Alright. As you know, you got to agree to terms and agreement. Privacy and terms of service. Alright, wire. These are showing the wires that I have connected to it currently. And the manual tells you which each one does. One's a ground, one's cooling. Going through the setup steps. I almost forgot what I had. I got natural gas. I don't have baseboards. I have it air through the ceiling. You got to kind of test it and see what you want to start with. The initial testing, it wasn't quite like 40 degrees outside, but I tested out the fan first. So I was like, that's working. Hit yes. Now it's like, do I want to test my AC? I do. And I let it run a little bit before hitting yes. Make sure there was actually like AC coming out of it. But I don't want to mess up the air conditioning unit since it was kind of winter right now. Alright, now for heat. Heat takes a little bit to kick in because it's gas, so that's the heat of flame, and then once that recognizes that the heat's kicking in, then the fan will start blowing. So I think I can hear it in the background. Pass all the tests. Now it's time to connect to good old Wi-Fi, the internet. I named the device entryway. Connect to my Wi-Fi. Skip ahead. Don't want you knowing my password. I believe this is the zip code part. Yeah. Kind of hide it a little bit. Privacy. I'll let you know a little bit where I'm at. Central time zone. Alright, like all new devices you hook up to the internet, they require updates. But a couple more settings to go through. Fahrenheit. Single family, scheduling. I'll speed this part up, but it pretty much lets you select the highs and lows for when you're away and the highs and lows for when you're at home. So it'll auto adjust heat or air conditioning based on the current temperature. Also, about the time of the day when you get up for work and go to sleep. So I think there's a adjustment for sleep as well. Some people like to be a little cooler when they sleep. Should sped this up some more. This is a really boring part. Alright, setup complete. Now it's rebooting the device. I take this time to kind of level a little bit and tighten up the screws to make sure they're in place. And put the front cover on. This is kind of hard to do with one hand, but did it for the tube. That part I pushed the wires in, make sure they're not bumping against the face plate. All this information is in the instructions to help you out. Just read the manual before you do anything. That little purple light y'all see in the video, you don't see that with the human eye. It only shows up on camera. It's like infrared or something. Alright. And as you can see, you can just click on it to tap it up and down. You can hold for a certain amount of time as well, like if you want to hold at a certain temperature. Here's some stats. Air quality. At the beginning I didn't know you could click those circles, so I put a clip at the end kind of showing it, and then it didn't pull the current information from my surrounding because it hasn't updated yet, but it's based on zip code. So alright, taking off the little plastic, another little protection thing. Yeah, try doing all this with one hand. If someone else could held the camera, the video would be a little bit better. This is me going through the menu. Home and away, heat, air, cool, auto. Just looking through, pretty much getting a feel for the device. Notification, has a Wi-Fi icon and settings icon. I do say it had good build quality, but I think I had a faulty base plate, so there is a way to probably get another base plate. For me, I'm just kind of tired of messing with it, so I'm done with it. I'll probably put mine up on eBay. Link in the description. Link of the tips to fix it is also in the description. That's me fixing it. That screenshot was the last one, but now this is me like a week or two later. I don't know why I had it up so high, but this is me going back through the Nest, showing you what it looks like in different lighting, I guess. You can click on it, up and down the temperature. Has an app, so it knows when you're away or not. So it goes to away mode. So like if you're leaving work, you can say home and it'll heat up by the time you get there. Shows energy saved and used. Air quality. This is when I click on the little circles. Volatile organic compounds gives you a good range. I feel like when I cook stuff, it goes up. Carbon dioxide. More people in the house goes up. And 37% real humidity or something. And it shows outside stuff as well. So that's working. Just had to download it. Yeah. GLAS, so far so good. I haven't woke up freezing in the morning. Do I recommend it? Why not? It works. Then again, you can use a default thermostat and just leave it on the same time. But this will save you a little money in the long run. It also has Cortana. I'm not sure if it works with, I got Google speakers everywhere, so we'll check that out later and see if it hooks up. And I realized I didn't have like a heat safety. Put it to 90 degrees. I really don't want it that hot in the house. But I guess this is if like something happens, it really gets hot and I'm not here, it'll kick in. Same thing with freezing, because you don't want your pipes to freeze. Anyway, hope you liked the video. If you did, like and subscribe. And to the next one, peace.